everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit subscribe. My name is Dr. Rachel Gold. I'm a psychologist that loves helping people recover from eating disorders. The topic of today's video is going to be about how to stop binging using one of my favorite strategies. Binging, whether it's objective or subjective, is a very distressing experience and can lead to feelings of shame, guilt, and feeling out of control. A lot of people try to fix binging by using willpower or punishing themselves into forcing themselves to stop. This strategy doesn't work very well in the long term and usually makes you feel more crap about yourself. One of the most helpful things when trying to understand the reasons why you binge is to make the connection between your feelings and the compulsion to overeat. When you can do that, you can start to pay attention to the really important thing, which is how you feel. And how you feel can be addressed not just through binging, but through other ways. In the short term, binging is a great strategy because for a short period of time, it's almost like your mind is on autopilot and it goes blank and you don't feel anything. But afterwards, it usually makes the problem worse and makes you feel very distressed, overwhelmed, and like a failure. So instead of trying to fix the problem through willpower, I would like to talk about using a self-soothing box. When you're right in the midst of feeling the urge to binge, it can be really hard to think about other strategies or things to do instead of binging. So what I want to talk about is how to prepare yourself for the inevitability of another binge by creating a self-soothing box. So this is an example of a self-soothing box that I prepared earlier. You don't need to use a big plastic box. You can use whatever you like. It can even be a bag or some other prettier container. But I've made this to give you guys some examples now. So when thinking about creating a box, you want to think about putting things in it that are going to prompt you to do soothing activities that are quite simple and require limited thought. And it's useful to think about soothing yourself using the 5 senses. So some of those examples might be, you might use things to soothe your sense of smell. So for instance, you might burn some lavender oil, or you might like to light a candle and lay down in your bed. You might like to have some massage oils that you put on your body as a way of soothing yourself, like this nice lemongrass. You might think about other sensory experiences like the feeling of touch. So you could think about doing nice things in terms of like beauty or skincare routine. So you could put on this delightful charcoal mask. Or if you're into, I know some people are into doing makeup looks or things like that. You could distract yourself doing something like that. And this is just another prompt in your kit to do that. You might like to prompt yourself to remember to reach for your pet, because pets are very soothing and you can give them a cuddle. So I've got this little cat there. You might want to put some coping thoughts or cards in your box. So as an example, I've got this one from Body Positive Australia that says perfectly imperfect, or no matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. Just some nice quotes, whatever resonates with you. You might like to soothe your sense of taste, and I've included some nice tea in this box to prompt you to go and make a nice soothing cup of tea. You might like to engage in your creativity. So you might like to use a colouring in book. I've also put some paints in there to, if you feel like expressing yourself through paint. You might want to put some headphones in your box to remind yourself to listen to your favourite playlist or a podcast or YouTube. One of the things that people tend to do is binge while they watch TV. So you might like to put a book in your box to remind yourself to go and read and it's very hard to binge when you're reading, your hands are occupied. Or you might want to heat up a wheat bag or a cool pack or a weighted blanket to soothe yourself again through touch. So all of these things, they may seem very simple, but it's all about meeting your needs, your emotional needs, which is more constructive than binging. And when you're in the moment, when the urge to binge is very powerful, it can be hard to think of things to do. So when you have a nice kit like this, you can just reach for something and try it for 5 to 10 minutes and see how you feel. What I would recommend is that I wouldn't expect it to fix the urge completely, but you might just use it as an opportunity to delay the urge to binge and just keep delaying it. Eventually what happens is if you delay the urge to binge, the actual urge, although it might increase initially, it starts to decline. So don't expect yourself to do it perfect every time, but keep in mind that every time you delay it, every time you soothe your emotions, which is what you actually need, you will start to feel more capable of riding out that urge to binge and not have to deal with feeling so terrible afterwards. If anyone else has ideas about other strategies to soothe themselves and other things they'd like to put in their soothing box, please put it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Please subscribe and like this video. You can also follow me on Instagram, and I hope you have a lovely day.